What's going on, world? It's your main man, the author. Right black at that ass again. Here's another one. Uh, 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 What's going on, y'all? Just wanted to make this brief video, man. I wasn't gonna make another video tonight, but I wanted to make this brief video on black women always having a story. Always having some type of story, man. Basically, what I mean is I saw this court TV show, man, and basically it was this brother who owned his car dealership, right? And he, most car dealerships, like if you go to, well, not car dealerships, I'm sorry, they're more like car rental places. Like you have a lot of car rental places like Enterprise and so on and so forth. Most car rental places want you to have a valid credit card or an ID, right? So this brother had his own car rental place, and you could actually pay him with cash. Most car rental places you can't pay with cash. So this black woman borrowed a vehicle from this brother and just didn't bring it back, man. Just didn't bring it back. He had to call the cops, right? Get her arrested because she borrowed she rented his one of his BMWs, didn't bring it back. He had to call the cops, get her arrested, and then take her to court. Right, and then you see her in the courtroom, man. She has all type of stories about why this and why that. And the judge was asking her, did you try to contact him? She lied and said, yes. I told you in my other video how easy black women lie, right? Huh? So she lied and said, yeah. Of course, brother was, and then she was like, she's like, I tried to text him, yada, yada, yada. Tried to contact him because she said she knew she was going to be late bringing the car back. So she tried to contact the brother who was the owner of the car rental place, the owner who she was borrowing the car from. She tried to send him a text to let him know she was going to be late. She claimed she sent a text on Wednesday, Thursday. And the judge said, okay, well, if you sent a text, show me proof that you sent the text. Oh, I erased all those texts, blah, blah, blah. Brother said, nah, she never sent a text. Not only did she not try to contact me, she blocked my number because she knew that I was trying to contact her because she still had my merchandise. So he said he called the cops and reported the car stolen, which is what he should have done. He did what he was supposed to do, right? Because if you rent a car from me, I let you take the car. You give me so much cash. You don't bring the car back at all. I'm reporting that vehicle, and you don't contact me. And when I try to contact you, like he said, he knew that she had blocked his number. Yeah, I'm gonna call the cops, man. And I think the cops had her picked up, arrested, and then she was trying to countersue. It's like, and it's just idiot, just it being an idiot. Countersue for what? You stole that man's car and one of his rental pieces of property, and you stole it from him, and you tried to get away with it, and you didn't. But she was making up all these just whole crazy story about how she let her boyfriend hold the car and how he was supposed to return it back and he didn't. So trying to blame it on her boyfriend and all this, making up all this crazy shit. And she just couldn't say she did the wrong thing and she's sorry. And she didn't even want to explain her story and then say, I understand I was wrong here, but this is the reason why. But I do ultimately understand that I'm wrong. Nothing. Try to blame it on somebody else. Try to say that the man didn't answer his phone, which you know is a lie. Because if you had a BMW of mine, why wouldn't I answer my phone if you tried to contact me, telling me you're gonna bring my property back, right? So she's just lying the whole time, and she reminded me of the average black woman that's out here now, especially African American. Always got a story, man, of why they spent the rent money. Why? I mean, no matter how, especially if they get caught in their bullshit, no matter how stupid their excuse is, they always have a stupid ass story. They always have a story, man. Story might make no fucking sense at all, but they always have a story, man. Usually a bullshit ass story with a bunch of characters that go off on tangents at the end of the day, her story had nothing to do with why she didn't bring the car back. You know, and it reminds me of a lot of them, man. I mean, even if they ain't over a car, they always have some type of story. And I already made a video about black women have a million and one. I'm sorry, it's been a long day. I already made a video about how black women, have a million and one excuses. I said the almanac or something. Black women have a million and one excuses about why they act a fool. Basically, that's true, man. And with those excuses are stories, right? And they'll have a story with like a million and one excuses about why that they fucked up. Usually the story goes off on tangents where it blames. In that case, she blamed her man. Usually they're blaming a man for it. Can't take responsibility for it. Because her boyfriend had nothing to do. Whether you weren't supposed to get that car, the car was in her possession. You weren't. She wasn't supposed to let anyone else have possession of that car anyway. The whole thing was just her fault. But she blamed it on her boyfriend, blamed it on the owner, took zero responsibility, and that's the average black woman, man. They take zero responsibility. There's a story why they're not married. There's a story why they're so rude, so disrespectful. It's a story why they play bullshit games. It's a story about everything, man. Always a story. You know, and usually in most cases it's just a bullshit ass story. But I just want to touch on that, man. I didn't plan to make a video about this, but the idea popped in my head how they always have some type of story, man. Just one day, just talk to a black woman and say, well, is there anything that you've ever regretted or done wrong in your life? And if they say yeah, say, what happened? I guarantee they won't just say, well, I messed up. I'm sorry about that. Usually it's some long, drawn-out story. Even having the kids out of wedlock at an early age, some long, drawn-out story. Why'd you do it 4 or 5 or 6 times with 4 or 5 different men? A long, drawn-out story of bullshit that's going to blame someone else besides them. Always a story, bro. Always a bad story, too. You know? And I'm like, why is that? Why is it always a story? Why can't they just fess up and take the blame? I don't know if it's just the Cinderella story about the idea of women being perfect. But by now, the world knows that you're not. But still, always a story, right? No matter how idiotic. They always got to have some bullshit story that usually blames someone else. And I'm not saying in a lot of cases it's not all women, but of course, we'll go back to black women because they are a part of my race. But I just want to make this brief video, man. Be sure to like, subscribe. Thanks for all the feedback. Welcome to all the new subscribers. Pretty much a little bit about me. I'm a straight shooter. I say what's on my mind, man. And like I said, I'm always open for dialogue. I want to eventually do a live start doing live shows and things of that nature. But basically, I just talk about ideas. Lately, a lot of ideas have been coming to me, so I've been speaking about them. But if you do have anything to say, make sure you leave a comment. Tell your family, tell your friends. Subscription members are starting to go up, so that could be a good and bad thing. But anyway, this is your boy, the author, signing out.